Still got your photograph in my pocket.
What's going on YouTube? It's GuthanNight here coming at you with yet another video, and today's video is a little different. This is actually more of a response video to Cultofmush, I think is what he's called. He just did a video about, is SLI worth it? Well, I don't agree with him completely with how he said it, so I do agree with the fact that if you buy like a GTX 960, 950 and down, you shouldn't Crossfire it. I made that mistake with my GTX 660s, and I'll be honest with you, that really wasn't worth it because I think in the end I ended up spending like $300 on a configuration that honestly wasn't that good. Now, once you get up to like the GTX 970, he said, you know, you're better off selling it and buying a 980 Ti, which, you know, theoretically, when it boils down to, yes, that would be a better solution. But at a GTX 970, I do say SLI is worth it, just because, you know, I have two of them myself, and the scaling for most games is good. And as he did point out that, yeah, not every game scales very well. And that is completely and utterly true. There are some games where I get crappy scaling. But the nice part about that is those crappy games that don't scale very well, I'm already hitting ridiculous FPS anyway with really good settings, so I'm not too worried about that. And then I also lucked out with my 970s. I got the pair for $400, brand new. So me, an SLI setup like that, it just made complete sense because it was cheaper than a 980. And I'm getting, depending on the game, anywhere from 10 to 15, well, I should say 5 to 15% better performance than a 980 Ti. Now, another thing that I think why SLI is worth it is because, let's say you have a 970 now, but 2 years down the road, oh, okay, you know, it's not, I need more horsepower. But you don't have the money to just buy a brand new one, and the 970s aren't selling at a very high price. You can go ahead and buy another 970 on eBay for stupid cheap and just SLI it. Now, his argument to that was, you don't know what type of power supply you need. I'll be honest with you, you don't need that big of a power supply. I have a 750 watt power supply, I have an overclock on both my cards, and I have an overclock on my CPU. And I've done a test from the wall. I'm only drawing 600 watts of power on full load. You don't need that big of a power supply. Maybe if you go AMD, okay, I can see that because they just suck a bunch of power. But on the NVIDIA side, you don't. Obviously, you still want headroom for upgrades in your power supply, but you don't have to go out and buy a 1,000 watt power supply. It's ridiculous. When people say, oh, I need a big power supply. No, you do not. I have a 750 watt running a 4.8 gigahertz overclock on a 4790K. I also have two GTX 970s overclocked sitting in my system. I have a 750 watt power supply. You're fine. So make sure you like this video if you liked it, dislike if you dislike it, comment and tell me what you think about SLI and Crossfire. So this is GuthanNight signing out.